beautiful jewelry from the most luxurious brands at a fraction of the retail price. Luxury Bazaar has the best selection. Thank you to Luxury Bazaar for sponsoring today's video. Their website will be linked down below. Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm talking all about the new eye campaign that just launched from Chanel. My box arrived maybe an hour ago. It was overnighted complimentary thanks to the promo code that keeps on giving. In this new launch, there is a new mascara, Le Volume Stretch. It retails for $35. It's available in one shade, Noir, and this is not limited edition. There's also a new liquid eyeliner. This is available in 7 different shades. 4 of the shades are limited edition, and it also retails for $35. And then, last but not least, there is a new brow palette. This retails for $50. It's available in 3 different shades, light, medium, and dark. I set out to order medium. I think I posted that I ordered medium. When I opened the box, light was inside. And I thought for sure they sent me the wrong thing, and then I checked my order form in the email, and sure enough, it says light as well. So that must have been my fault. I'll have to check it out and see how it goes. It may still work for me, so we shall see. I decided to skip on the mascara for now, and I'll explain why. This is just my opinion, so please nobody get upset or be offended. For one thing, it's not limited edition, so I don't feel like I need to rush out and get it right away before it disappears. If I decide in a month, 2 months, 6 months from now that this is something that I would like to try, I'll be able to do that. I'm just not convinced by the look of the wand. A good mascara is built on the wand. I know the type of wands that usually work for me, and this just isn't it. I do like the idea of the 3D printed wand. I think it sets Chanel apart. This does not look like something that's really going to wow me, and it's a couple dollars more expensive than the original Le Volume, and when compared to the original Le Volume, I was looking through the training materials, it's supposed to give less volume but more length. I like the idea of length, but if I really want something to elongate my lashes, I really like the Inimitable Intense mascara. I'm happy with that one. I would rather have more volume and have my lashes look really plush and plentiful than have a couple lashes that just look incredibly long. I don't know, that's just my opinion. We'll see, maybe I'll change my mind. I'm gonna wait. Hopefully it will make its way out to stores, and then I'll be able to try it then. Or at least I'll be able to visit a boutique and see it in person. Then I'll know for sure. I did pick up several of the new liquid eyeliners and a brow palette. So I have 526 Blue Cobalt, 512 Noir Profonde, 522 Bronze Doré, and 516 Rouge Noir, which I was on the fence about, but the photo on the website just looks so yummy and warm that eventually I just added this to cart. I'm going to go ahead and insert some swatches now so you can see what all of these colors look like when compared to one another. I didn't pick up 514 Ultra Brun. This looks like a standard dark brown. I also skipped 518 Mauve Metal and 524 Gris Argent, which also looked really pretty and really interesting on the website. Maybe I'll go back for it because it's limited edition. As you can see, 518, 522, 524, and 526 are all limited. The shades they're keeping around that are inline launches are the black, dark brown, and Rouge Noir. I remember the old liquid eyeliner that had the little pot in the wand. I was obsessed with it, and it came in a really pretty dark purple plum shade, and I just used to love wearing that. I also would wear the black. That was my favorite style of liquid eyeliner, and it wasn't until they discontinued that I had to get used to the pen. I'd never really liked the pen before. Now that I've become used to the pen, I don't know, I'm sort of nervous to switch back. This is what it looks like. It's all black. So the original, if you guys remember, I believe it had a little silver band somewhere, but it was more of a triangle, like a pyramid shape. This is more of just like a plain rectangle. So the packaging looks a little bit different, but it's the same idea. You have the little inkwell and then the little brush. And this brush is actually a sponge tip. Interesting. I thought it would be a brush tip. Isn't that funny? The Signature de Chanel pen has a brush tip, and then this has the sponge tip. Usually I feel like it's the other way around, whereas a pen will have a sponge tip, and then usually the little inkwell in the wand has a brush. Well, either way, it looks like it's tapered to a really small point at the end, so I think you're going to be able to get really precise with this. I am going to do a demo in a minute here. I love the look of this rouge. It's so pretty. So here is the La Palette Sourcil. I wonder if they got rid of the old palette and they're bringing this out to replace it, because I want to say it was the same name. I hated that palette. The old eyebrow palette was so bad. The two shades that were inside were so waxy and so hard. It was nearly impossible to get any product out. I've never talked about it. That would be on my list of Chanel products to avoid. Terrible Chanel products. Worst brow products of all time, the old palette. And I know some people really like it. There's just so many better products out there. I don't know why you would go with something like that. So inside, it looks pretty much the same. You get this little baby pair of tweezers. How cute is this? These things are so funny. Usually I lose them within a week, but these little tweezers I'll make sure to hold on to. They're tiny though. You have to have baby fingers to be able to operate those things. Tiny baby little spoolie, so small. And then on the other side, I mean, these brushes are honestly tiny. There's a little angled brush, and then this little sponge tip, which is very interesting. So you have 4 different tools that come in this palette. There's a lot in here. I'm gonna remove the little protective tray. So this side is the wax, this side is the powder. And this is shade light, like I said. I accidentally ordered the wrong shade. Let's see, can you see it? I'm going to try this out. Hopefully it's not too light. In the pan it looks pretty dark. And my brows are microbladed, so I don't have to add a ton of product to be able to darken them. I'm still a little bit disappointed. I feel like with a medium or a deeper shade, I can always go light-handed, but if this is way too light, there's nothing I'm really going to be able to do. When it comes to the eyeliners, they're pretty self-explanatory, but when it comes to this brow palette with the wax and powder, I want to pull up the application instructions, so I'm going to pop it up on the screen so you can see it as well. First step, shape the brows by removing any stray hairs with the tweezers. I actually never tweeze my eyebrows, very rarely. I have to have a hair growing like here or here before I'll tweeze it. Then you use the spiral brush to brush and comb the brow hair in an upward and outward motion. Use the angled brush to apply the wax, filling in the brows from the inner corner outward. Use swift motions mimicking hair strokes. So I almost thought that the wax would maybe go all over the brows. And then apply the powder with the foam applicator, the little sponge tip. Honestly, that is not how I would instinctively use this palette, but since it's the first time, I'm gonna go ahead and follow the instructions step by step. If I play around with it a little bit more and I discover that there's just a better technique or a better way, I will share. Right now, I'm just gonna go ahead and remove what I have on my brows, scooch in a little bit closer, and we will demo some of these products. As you can see that this is what my brows look like with no product. They're still filled in a little bit because of the microblading, which was one of the best decisions. I highly recommend it. Painful as hell. One of the most painful experiences. I wish I had been properly warned instead of people saying, oh yes, it hurts a pinch. No. For me, one of the most painful things, but still well worth it because months later, they're still filled in a little bit, and if I'm running out the door and I absolutely can't touch my eyebrows, I still feel like I have them done. You know, I'm not leaving with, bare brows, which is something that I would normally never really like to do. And in the morning when you wake up, even if it's just me and my husband, I feel like, birds are chirping and I'm like, oh, I woke up like this. I just naturally have brows, which I don't. But this is what they look like. I still have to fill them in a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out my little baby tools. This may be the one and only time I ever use these because I'm sure I will lose them. I'm just gonna brush up the hairs. I'm not going to tweeze. There are a couple crazy stragglers there at the end, but live and let live when it comes to brows. I want as many hairs as possible. I feel like if I remove one, then they'll just strike against me and none will grow. So I want to keep them as bushy as possible. And I love that fluff brow that's so popular, so I'm gonna floof away. And then using the angled brush, oh, I hope this isn't too light. I'm going to pick up the wax. Oh, I think it might be too light. We'll see. Maybe I can use this for the front of my brows that I want to keep a little bit lighter and then fill them in with a pencil on the end. I don't know, we'll see. I'm trying to make it so that you can see what's going on. This is so funny. Yeah, I don't know. The light is so light, but even still, I don't think this brush is really great for application. I can't really achieve hair-like strokes. That was my one-eared bunny. But the instructions say to kind of fake little hairs. I don't know, maybe I just need a darker shade, but it still goes on a little bit thick. Does that make sense? Like the brush isn't really great for that type of effect. Oh, man. Let's see, I'm just gonna kind of fill them in without trying to create. Maybe that'll be better. I'm just gonna, yeah, no, I don't really understand the wax actually. I'm trying to apply it right here, and I really can't see much. It's showing up a little bit more on this side, but I don't know. You don't get definition with this brush. Let me try to swatch it. I've given up on the wax. I'm going in with the little sponge and this powder. Ooh, now the powder looks more promising. It's still too light. That was my fault, you guys. I ordered light. I wanted to get medium. Even though I have my hair colored balayage and it's very light on the ends, I like a darker eyebrow. Even if I were completely blonde up to the root, I would want not too dark, but I would want a dark eyebrow. This is one of the old Chanel brow brushes. This is a real oldie goldie. Let me see what this is like in the powder instead of using those Barbie tools. Oh yeah, that's much better actually. Do you see all of the dust that's been kicked up? It's kind of, it's sort of a messy product. I am not a fan of this at all. It's better than the original. It's an upgrade. But this wax, even if it were darker, I just don't really understand the purpose. It's almost too soft to give you hair-like strokes. This powder creates a little mess in the pan. It just kicks up everywhere. This just isn't really going to work. You're gonna need some sort of pencil. Maybe you could use this in addition to something else. Even when I tried to brush it through the hair to maybe get them to stay in one direction, it just sort of looks like it was clumping on to the hairs. And I still feel like I can move them around. I don't think that really did much. I'm disappointed. So let me get something else. Ooh. So right now, I have my eyeshadow done the way I normally would do if I were applying liquid eyeliner. And I have a little bit of dark eyeshadow. I'm gonna lean in so you can see. So I have a deeper brown smudged around my eye on the top. And then I also have eyeliner in the waterline, but up top, it's just a deep brown shadow smudged. So let's see. Ooh. The inside is always, I think, the trick. If you can get a really crisp inner eyeline, then chances are it's a really good eyeliner. And that was really simple. I love the color. This Rouge Noir is so pretty. And I'm wearing the Pillow Talk Instant Eye Palette today. I think this Rouge Noir eyeliner is perfect for the Pillow Talk eyeshadow palette. I mean, it just suits those shades really nicely. From far away, I really can't tell that the eyeliner isn't black, but I think if you get a little bit up close, you can tell that it has a little bit of warmth, a little bit of red. It's just, oof, so pretty. I love it. I'm gonna try this Bronze Doré. When I was choosing colors, I saw the dark brown and I knew it wasn't limited edition. And I thought dark brown is nice, but if it's that dark, it's probably going to look very similar to the black. But this bronze, this looked so beautiful. I'm so sad this is one of the limited colors. And that completes the demonstration portion of today's video, and I have a lot of thoughts on these products. Let's start with the liquid eyeliners. These are amazing. I'm so happy that they brought these back. I'm really interested in checking out maybe some of the other shades that I didn't get, especially the limited edition. I may end up picking up a second bronze. I just love it so much. The blue, I'm gonna force myself out of my comfort zone. I'm gonna make myself wear it. The black is pretty standard. I think it's hard to mess up a black eyeliner in terms of the shade. Let's talk about this brow palette. This is a huge disappointment. I'm disappointed in myself that I ordered the light instead of the medium, but I don't think it's really gonna make much of a difference. I hate to be a downer and, you know, not really. I grabbed a blush, hold on. And I think there will probably be some people who can use this. There are plenty of people with really nice, perfect brows that only need a little small something something. This will be great for them. If you're somebody who just doesn't like to fill in your brows a lot and you would prefer a powder, this is going to be nice. These tiny tools are ridiculous. The spoolie works, the tweezers maybe work, but the little angled brush and the sponge, I just don't really know what they were thinking. I suppose they wanted to include an applicator, so they put something in there. But these are just not practical for creating a really pretty brow. You could probably use this palette in addition to a pencil or a brow wiz, something that has a little bit more of a refined tip. So in that scenario, I mean, it could work. So it's not all bad. It's not the worst thing in the world. I still think it's an upgrade from the old brow palette, but that's not really saying that much because that palette was crap. I hate to say it, but it was so bad. And as far as the mascara, I don't know. You let me know about the mascara. Have any of you tried it? What are your thoughts about the wand? I feel like for couple extra dollars, something that isn't going to give me as much volume as the original volume, just isn't worth purchasing at the moment. And that completes today's review of the new eye campaign from Chanel. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave me your comments, your questions down below. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts. As always, I will be linking all of the products mentioned, everything that I have today on my face, down below in the description box for your convenience. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.